I'm done with it. 37 months of classified service. I'd been shot twice, broken my collarbone once, and watched people I loved die in places no one would ever know about. I come home from war to find my husband in divorce court, with his pregnant mistress sitting where I should be. He calls me a freeloader. She calls me a disgrace. The judge asks if I have a lawyer. I don't. I have a brigadier general on speed dial and enough classified medals to fill this courtroom. Your Honor, I'll represent myself. I'd landed at Fort Mercer 16 hours ago after 37 months in a place the government said didn't exist. My fatigue still smelled like diesel and desert sand. I hadn't slept in 2 days.
Vivian, a letter for you.
And the first thing waiting for me wasn't a welcome home banner. It was a legal summon. I'd read it on the tarmac, standing between two Blackhawks while mechanics refueled them. Petition for dissolution of marriage, filed by Ethan Cross, my husband.
I can drive you home.
Drop me at the courthouse instead.
I can drive you home.
Drop me at the courthouse instead. Now I stood at the back of the courtroom, watching. The fluorescent lights in courtroom 7B buzzed like dying insects. Ethan sat at the plaintiff's table in a navy suit I'd never seen before. He looked good. He'd lost weight. His hair was styled differently. Slicked back, expensive. Beside him sat a woman. She was young, maybe 24. Delicate features, designer dress, manicured nails resting on a belly that was unmistakably round. 5 months along, maybe 6. I did the math in my head. I'd been gone for 37 months, so this hadn't just started.
Your Honor, my client has made every effort to locate the respondent. She has been absent from the marital home for over 3 years without explanation. She contributed no income, no domestic labor, and no emotional support to this marriage.
No emotional support. I almost laughed. I'd spent the last 3 years doing things that would be redacted from history books. Every struggle and fight on the battlefield was an open secret. Yet my scarred and battered body had remained hidden from Ethan. For sure, no emotional support.
Furthermore, my client requests full ownership of the marital residence, the joint savings account, and the vehicle registered under both names.
Everything. He wanted everything.
Is the respondent present? Has she been notified?
Your Honor, my wife, ex-wife, practically, hasn't contacted me in 3 years. She's probably off somewhere.
I'm here.
Your Honor, my wife, ex-wife, practically, hasn't contacted me in 3 years. She's probably off somewhere.
I'm here. Every head in the courtroom turned. I walked down the center aisle, boots heavy on the tile floor. My fatigues were wrinkled. My hair was pulled into a knot that was falling apart. I had no briefcase, no lawyer, no heels. Ethan's face went white. The woman beside him grabbed his arm, her eyes widening.
Vivian? When did you...
16 hours ago, I got your paperwork.
Ma'am, do you have legal representation?
No, Your Honor, I'll represent myself. Ethan's lawyer smirked. He actually smirked. Ethan leaned over and whispered something to the pregnant woman. She covered her mouth and laughed softly. Then Ethan straightened, and the look he gave me was one I'd never seen in 6 years of marriage. Pity.
Vivian, let's not make this ugly. Just sign the papers. You and I both know you've got nothing. You disappeared for 3 years. You have no job, no savings, no assets in your name. I'm offering you a clean break. That's more than you deserve.
Ethan's being generous. If I were him, I'd sue you for abandonment. My jaw tightened. 2 purple hearts that would never be made public. A body full of scars I couldn't explain. And I was the one who abandoned him. I looked at Ethan, really looked at him. At the man I'd married at 22. The man I'd kissed goodbye before boarding a transport plane to a country I couldn't name. I'd thought about him every night in the dark. He'd been busy picking out baby names with someone else. Nothing in my name? Is that what you think?
Vivian, come on. I paid for the apartment, I paid for the car. What did you contribute? You were some kind of government desk clerk before you vanished? Your Honor, we have financial records showing that Mr. Cross has been the sole provider.
My phone buzzed in my pocket. It was a message from General Morrison, my commanding officer.
Saw the news. Need backup? Say the word and I'll send a convoy.
I almost smiled. Instead, I type back, send my service file to this courthouse, unredacted.
Are you sure? That file is above most people's clearance level.
Declassify what you can. They want to know what I contributed. I put the phone away and looked up at the judge. Your Honor, I'd like to request a brief recess. Some documents relevant to this case are being delivered.
Documents? What documents? A receipt from a thrift store?
The pregnant woman giggled.
15-minute recess.
Ethan leaned back in his chair, arms crossed, supremely confident. 14 minutes later, the courtroom doors burst open, and 2 uniformed military officers walked in carrying sealed files marked with red classification stamps.
The officers didn't salute me. Not here, not in civilian space.
But the way they positioned themselves, one on each side of the aisle, spines rigid, eyes forward, said everything their mouths couldn't.
Your Honor, by order of the Department of Defense, we are delivering partially declassified service records for Captain Vivian Cross, Naima Ashford. These documents are relevant to the proceedings.
Captain, the word landed in the room like a grenade. Ethan stared at the officers, then at me. His mouth opened, but nothing came out. The pregnant woman, I still didn't know her name and I didn't care, stopped rubbing her belly. Her hand just froze there. The judge broke the seal carefully and began reading. I watched his expression change. First confusion, then disbelief, then something that looked very much like respect.
Captain Ashford,
Yes, Your Honor.
this file indicates that you have been on active classified deployment for the past 37 months. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And during that time, you received 2 Purple Hearts, a Bronze Star, and a Distinguished Service Medal, none of which were publicly announced due to the classified nature of your operations.
That's correct. The courtroom was so quiet I could hear the pregnant woman's breathing.
Your Honor, with all due respect, military service, however admirable, it doesn't change the financial realities of this marriage.
I'm not finished. Captain Ashford, this file also contains a financial disclosure. It states that your military compensation, including hazard pay, combat bonuses, and a housing allowance that was deposited into a separate account during your deployment, totals approximately $1.2 million. Additionally, there's a note here from the Department of Defense indicating that you are the recipient of a meritorious service grant of $500,000 awarded for, and I quote, extraordinary valor in defense of national security in an unnamed theater of operations. Is this accurate?
Yes, Your Honor.
That's impossible. You told me you were a clerk. A desk clerk!
I turned to face him for the first time since the recess ended. I told you I worked for the government. You assume the rest.
But 3 years. You never called. You never...
Classified means classified, Ethan. I couldn't tell you where I was. I couldn't tell you what I was doing. I couldn't even confirm I was alive. My voice didn't waver. I'd rehearsed harder conversations than this, in interrogation rooms, under gunfire. But you knew that when you married me. You knew what you signed up for. And while I was gone, you signed up for something else entirely. I looked at the woman beside him. She had gone pale. Who is she?
Vivian, listen.
Her name. Her lawyer whispered something. Ethan's jaw tightened.
Her name is Megan. Megan Porter.
How long? How long, Ethan?
2 years.
2 years. He'd waited 12 months after I deployed before replacing me.
He told me you were dead. He said you died overseas and the body was never recovered.
You told her I was dead?
What was I supposed to say? You vanished! No calls, no letters, nothing! For all I knew, you were dead!
His face flushed red, not with shame, but with the desperate anger of a man whose lies were collapsing. For all you knew. But you didn't check, did you? You didn't contact my unit, you didn't file a missing persons report, you didn't call the VA, you just moved on.
Mr. Cross, in light of this new information, I have serious concerns about the basis of your petition. You claimed your wife contributed nothing to this marriage. The evidence before me suggests otherwise.
Your Honor, the financial contributions don't negate the fact that she was absent.
She was absent because she was serving her country in a classified combat zone, while your client was, by his own admission, engaged in an extramarital affair. I'm going to adjourn for today. I strongly suggest both parties return with proper legal counsel. And Mr. Cross,
Ethan looked up, his Adam's Joan bobbing.
if I find out you deliberately concealed your wife's military status to gain advantage in this proceeding, the consequences will extend well beyond this divorce.
The gavel came down. As people began to shuffle, Ethan grabbed my arm in the aisle.
Vivian, wait. We can talk about this. I made a mistake, okay? I panicked. But $1.2 million? I mean, we're still married. That's community property. We can split it.
You wanted everything I had when you thought I had nothing. Now you want to split what I earned while you were playing homes with someone else? Ethan, I survived things that would break you in minutes. Do you really think a man like you scares me?
I turned and walked toward the exit. Lieutenant Colonel Vance fell into step beside me.
Captain, General Morrison wants to know if you'd like a security detail at your residence.
That won't be necessary.
He also mentioned that the apartment registered under Mr. Cross's name, the one he's claiming as a marital asset.
What about it?
The down payment was made from a joint account funded entirely by your pre-deployment savings. It should be under your name.
I laughed, a real laugh, for the first time in 37 months.
Send the paperwork to my lawyer.
You don't have a lawyer, Captain.
I will by morning.
As I pushed through the courthouse doors, I heard steps rapidly behind me.
Wait! Please wait!
As I pushed through the courthouse doors, I heard steps rapidly behind me.
Wait! Please wait! It is true. He really told me. He said that you were dead.
I studied her. She was young, younger than I'd first guessed. 22, maybe 23. The same age I'd been when I married Ethan.
He told you I was dead, and he told me I contributed nothing. We were both lied to.
I didn't know. I swear I didn't.
I believe you.
She blinked, clearly not expecting that.
But believing you doesn't change what happened. And it doesn't change what comes next.
I turned to leave, then stopped.
Megan, one piece of advice. She looked at me with red-rimmed eyes. A man who can lie that easily to two women? Don't trust him with your child's future either.
The color drained from her face entirely. I walked down the courthouse steps into the afternoon sun. My phone buzzed again. This time, it wasn't General Morrison.
Captain Ashford, I represent the Ashford estate. Your grandmother passed away 4 months ago. You are their sole heir. Please contact us immediately regarding assets totaling $340 million.
I stopped on the last step. The phone buzzed again.
Also, there is a matter regarding your grandmother's final wish. She arranged a marriage for you before her passing. The other partner has agreed to meet.
Another arranged marriage, because the last one turned out so well. I almost deleted the text. After 37 months of combat, a cheating husband, and a courtroom ambush, the last thing I needed was some dead grandmother's matchmaking from beyond the grave. But the name at the bottom of the message stopped me cold. Whitmore and Kessler, attorneys at law. Whitmore and Kessler didn't handle ordinary estates. They managed wealth for families whose names appeared on buildings, on university wings, on the kinds of donor walls where a single plaque cost more than most people's houses. If they were involved, 340 million might actually be the conservative number. I pocketed my phone and hailed a cab.
Coming from the base?
Something like that.
Where to?
I gave him the address of the apartment, the one Ethan claimed was his. I still had a key. More importantly, I still had a go bag in the back of the bedroom closet, and I needed a shower badly enough to risk running into him. The apartment was empty when I arrived, but it wasn't the same apartment I'd left. The walls had been repainted, a soft blush pink that made my teeth ache. The bookshelves where I'd kept my field manuals and tactical references had been replaced with decorative vases and framed photos. Photos of Ethan and Megan at the beach, at a restaurant, at what looked like a gender reveal party, pink and blue balloons frozen mid-burst behind their smiling faces. They'd built an entire life in the space I'd left behind. I walked past all of it without stopping. In the bedroom, the closet had been reorganized. My clothes were gone, every last item. In their place hung Megan's dresses, her coats, her shoes arranged in neat rows, but they hadn't found the go bag. It was tucked behind a false panel in the back of the closet, a habit from years of living in places where you might need to leave in under 60 seconds. I pulled it out, checked the contents. Passport, cash, a change of civilian clothes, toiletries. I showered in 4 minutes, military timing. When I stepped out in jeans and a plain black t-shirt, I caught my reflection in the bathroom mirror. There was a scar along my jawline, shrapnel from a mortar round in a place the Pentagon would deny existed. My arms were lean and cored with muscle. I looked nothing like the photos of Megan that decorated the living room. I looked like exactly what I was, a soldier. My phone rang as I was lacing up my boots.
Captain Ashford, this is Richard Whitmore of Whitmer and Kessler. I sent you a message earlier regarding your grandmother's estate.
I saw it.
I understand the timing is less than ideal, but there are matters that require your immediate attention. Your grandmother's will has specific conditions. Several deadlines are approaching.
What kind of conditions?
It would be better to discuss this in person. Could you come to our offices tomorrow morning? I assure you it will be worth your time.
Fine. Send me the address.
Hello?
After hanging up, I sat on the edge of the bed, Ethan and Megan's bed, and stared at the wall. 340 million. I'd grown up knowing my mother's side of the family had money, but my grandmother and I had been estranged since I was 18 when I'd chosen the military over the life she planned for me. We hadn't spoken in over a decade, and now she was dead, and she'd left everything to me, including, apparently, a fiancé. And now she was dead, and she'd left everything to me, including, apparently, a fiancé. The next morning, I took a cab to the Whitmore and Kessler offices downtown. The building was all glass and steel, the kind of place where the lobby alone probably cost more than Ethan's apartment. Richard Whitmore met me personally. He was in his 60s, silver-haired, with the calm demeanor of a man who had managed other people's fortunes for so long that nothing surprised him anymore.
Captain Ashford, thank you for coming. Please sit down.
His office overlooked the city skyline.
Your grandmother, Eleanor Ashford, passed away on March 15th, pancreatic cancer. It was very quick at the end.
I said nothing. I wasn't sure what I felt. Grief? Guilt? Some complicated mixture that didn't have a clean name?
She updated her will 6 months before her death. You are the sole beneficiary. The estate includes real property, investment portfolios, and controlling shares in Ashford Holdings. The total estimated value, as of last month, is $340 in millions. However,
there it was, the catch.
Your grandmother included a clause. To receive the full inheritance, you must fulfill one condition.
The marriage.
Your grandmother believed strongly in legacy. She wanted to ensure the family line continued and that the Ashford name would be protected by a suitable alliance.
Who's the groom?
His name is Dominic Steele.
The name hit me like a flash bomb. Dominic Steele, CEO of Steel Fence Industries, one of the largest private military contractors in the country. His company built the body armor I'd worn in combat. His drones had provided air support on at least 2 of my missions. And if the tabloids were to be believed, he was also one of the most private, most ruthless, and most eligible men in the country. You're joking.
Your grandmother never joked about legacy, Captain.
And if I refuse?
The inheritance goes to a trust. You'd receive a modest annual stanny, but the bulk of the estate would be managed by a board of directors, several of whom I should mention have already expressed interest liquidating Ashford Holdings.
In other words, marry Dominic Steele or watch my grandmother's life's work get carved up and sold for parts. Does he know about this?
Mr. Steyer was informed of the arrangement 3 months ago. He has agreed to meet you.
He agreed, just like that? For the first time, Whitmore's composed expression cracked. Something almost like amusement flickered in his eyes.
Mr. Steele's exact words were,
If Eleanor Ashford picked her, she's either extraordinary or insane. Either way, I'm interested.
My phone buzzed, a message from an unknown number, different from yesterday's.
Captain Ashford, I hear you had an eventful day in court. I'm looking forward to meeting the woman who made a decorated combat record look like a party trick.
He'd been watching.